Well, game's over, Antonio. And guess who's lost?
You can't talk to my girlfriend like that. What the hell's the matter with you?
Please, please. Layla is as much your girlfriend as I am. She's some glorified nanny. No, she's not even your nanny. She's playing the nanny.
Okay, that's enough.
And if Mr. Brennan was supposed to keep me detained, you really should keep him up to date on the talking points. It was your usual shoddy work.
Fun's over, you can go now.
And please, do tell Layla to focus in on the babysitting because her career of choice is going nowhere fast. Oh, I cannot wait to hear what the social worker is going to say when I tell her that she's been punked. What do you suppose she's gonna think when she finds out about your real girlfriend's predicament?
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Come off it, Vega, come on. You know that young Jessica Buchanan can't tell whether she's Jessica or Tessica.
Don't come near me.
I'm not armed. I had to see you. Tess is in there. I miss her.
I know, and I'm sorry. But you want her back, and right now I am fighting as hard as I can to make sure she never comes back again.
Officer? What's going on?
The Cochran case. Dee is looking for anyone who might have seen something.
You mean you're looking for witnesses against Todd Manning?
How dare you come here at this hour and make such a commotion?
What's going on?
This officer has been harassing my niece.
I apologize. I gave instructions you were not to be disturbed.
It's all right. What are you doing over at the Lamberts?
Mrs. Lambert has some information about the night Margaret Cochran was killed. I was taking her statement. Go find the super.
Yes, sir.
Pardon me. Could you be any more insensitive?
Now, look, I'm actually glad you're here. I want to talk to you about the autopsy report. So come on in.
Don't make too much of my saving your life. Doesn't mean I'll spare you in the future.
What'd you say?
All right.
Doctor, how can I help?
You know what? Get me radiology down here. I need a full set of films.
It's not broken. Don't listen to him.
You're gonna be broken in a second, all right? What, I have to put you in traction or what?
I was just looking for you.
You're looking for me? You wouldn't be using me as an excuse to get to John, would you? Come on, Natalie. Fess up. You can't just turn your feelings on and off because your husband came back from the dead. There's no need to involve social services.
So how are you planning to worm your way out of this one?
Well, I don't have to worm my way out of anything. I'm Jamie's father. The court's decided she belongs with me. End of story.
Well, maybe if you had spent any time with her. Instead, you're off taking care of the mentally ill.
Leave Jessica out of this.
I mean, how do you work this out anyway? Do you and Nash have some kind of timeshare arrangement? I mean, is she Jessica with you for a week and then she switches it off? I mean, hey, I don't know. Maybe it's ideal, right? I mean, you have a woman that keeps you guessing. Hey, you never know who you're gonna wake up next to.
What if Antonio needed your help, but you couldn't get to him? What would you do?
I'd risk my life to help Antonio.
Then you understand exactly how I feel. Everyone thinks that Tess is just an altar, that she has no right to live. But Tess is my world. She's all I've got. She's made me feel completely differently about everything. It's like I've spent my whole life waiting for her to come along, and it is torture for me to know that she is so scared and so lonely and so close. I can't even hug her. I guess my minute's up.
I didn't mean to tear you and Tess apart. But I love Antonio.
What can I say? I mean, you were there first. Too bad for Tess.
Nash,
Tess? Is that you?
I don't have any feelings right now, Michael. I'm totally numb, and I'm not here to see John. Police brought me over here from Statesville.
You hurt?
Yeah, I kind of bumped my head.
You have any dizziness, confusion, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I've got confusion. It has nothing to do with my medical condition. You want to hear something twisted? I'm a married woman. And technically, I've been cheating on my husband with your brother. I mean, but is that really cheating since I didn't even know that I was doing it?
Let me take a look at your head.
I should be examining John and Christian's head. God, how could they do this to me? How could they lie to me?
I don't know. You'd have to ask one of them.
Oh, now you're speaking to either one of them again, so.
Yeah, that'll work. You know, it looks pretty minor. Why don't you go home, get some rest, but don't go to sleep.
Why would I go to sleep when I'm just gonna wake up with a nightmare?
Natalie, you're one of the strongest people I know. You are going to make it through this. You have a lot of friends, family. They're gonna make sure you make it through this.
Hello, Matthew. Good news. Father's doing very, very well.
Is he in pain? And don't say he's not, just to make me feel better. I can tell I'm growing to line.
Well, you've obviously inherited the Buchanan gene for persistence.
Grandpa says I'm a Buchanan through and through. Thanks for taking care of my dad.
You're welcome.
Dad, I really need to talk to you. If you could just please wake up.
I want to apologize for my behavior at the jail. I shouldn't have been so tough. You're not the one on trial.
Well, if you mean that, then maybe you'll tell me the truth here. I mean, could those reports, could they be wrong?
Reports? Plural? What are you two talking about?
Evangeline Williamson hired an outside examiner to perform a second autopsy, but it backfired. Just confirmed the Lantano County coroner's findings. Margaret Cochran didn't drown. She was already dead when she hit the water. It seems she was strangled.
Oh, dear. But the forensics, they make mistakes. That body was very, very decomposed. I mean, is there a way that maybe the findings have been corrupted somehow?
You can hire as many outside labs as you like. Obviously, it's your prerogative, but the results are going to be the same.
You sound very confident.
I'm thorough. You asked me to be honest. I've never seen a case so airtight.
Look, whatever Jessica does in her spare time is her business. But whenever it's near Jamie, you've made it mine.
Jessica loves Jamie as if she were her own child.
What about this Tess? Does Tess love Jamie?
Tess isn't a factor. She won't be around Jamie.
You have no control over her. What about that fire at my apartment, huh? Jamie could have been killed. You know, I always thought there was something funny about Jessica smoking.
That was a long time ago.
I don't give a damn how long ago it was. And you know you'd be singing a different tune if it was Lindsay. Listen, leaving Jamie alone with Tess is like leaving her on the freeway. It is not acceptable.
I wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't know. Antonio, I know the kind of damage that Vicky has done over the years when Nikki or one of her alters is out running.
Damn it, RJ, I know a hell of a lot more how...
What? What do you know? Nothing. You've already done enough for me to win back custody. Look, if it weren't bad enough that you made up a girlfriend trying to fool the court and hide the fact that your real girlfriend is unstable, you're just unfit. Maybe well-intentioned, but unfit. And I figure that's all I need to make sure I get my granddaughter back by Christmas.
I'm not Tess, so don't call me that.
I'm sorry. It's just for a moment there, you really sounded like her. I'm not trying to bring her out. It's just, I'm worried about her.
Well, Tess is lucky to have you.
You don't sound too thrilled about that. What is it?
I just felt the baby move.
You really want this baby, don't you? You just look so ready.
Actually, I already, had a child. A little girl. Megan.
You have a child?
I got hit by a car when I was pregnant. She didn't make it.
I'm sorry.
Ever since I lost her, it's been like there's something missing in my life. That's why this baby is everything that I've ever wanted.
Could I just feel it? The baby? Please?
Dad, if you can hear me, squeeze my hand.
I could do better than that, son.
Dad, you're awake. Do you know you almost died? Your heart even stopped.
You don't think I'd give up without a fight, do you?
What are you doing in Beau's room?
Checking up on my patient. Standard procedure.
I don't want you alone with Beau ever again.
You know, Paige, you're really starting to sound paranoid. Now, come on now. If I wanted to dispatch Beau, I would do it peacefully with a needle full of drugs. But hey, where's the challenge in that, huh? Besides, I'm not the one who's a murderer.
You said if Todd is convicted, you were going to go for the maximum. Is that still your plan?
Mr. Manning killed his unborn child. I intend to seek the death penalty.
Come on, there are extenuating circumstances here. She tortured him. She raped him.
According to Todd, Miss Cochran's conveniently not around to tell her side of the story. I'm sorry, but a rookie out of law school could convict Manning with what we've got.
Why are you still looking for witnesses?
We got a call from your neighbor, Mrs. Lambert. She didn't want to come forward until her fiancé was arrested.
What does she want?
She ran into Todd the night Margaret Cochran was killed. In the hallway. He was covered with mud, and his clothes were sopping wet. He said he had been caught in a sudden downpour, but that never actually happened. She said he was acting strangely, so she went inside and watched him through the peephole. But he didn't go inside. He went downstairs.
I am so sorry.
I'm afraid to have to tell you this, Miss Lord. I'm gonna be calling you as a witness.
What on earth for?
A waitress at the palace claims that you were present the night Manning threatened to wring Margaret's neck.
I have heard Todd say a lot of hateful, murderous things. Heaven's sake, I could write a book. But that doesn't mean that I am going to testify against him now.
Then you'll join Mr. Manning in a holding cell until you change your mind. Good night.
Hugh. Thank you for leveling with me. And thank you for standing up for me.
Oh, honey, any time. I'll always be there for you. However, I'm not gonna lie to you. I hope Todd fries for what he did. Honey, I've told you I'm not gonna lie to you. There is nothing I would like for Christmas more than to see Todd on the receiving end of a lethal injection. How dare you? It's bad enough what he did to Margaret and her unborn child, but what about what he has done to you? For years and years and years, he's dragged you through the mud. He's made your life a nightmare. I mean, really, do you even remember what it's like to feel happy?
You know what? Why don't you go home and practice that testimony? Yeah, why don't you do that, Dorian, and let me remind you someday how you left my children without a father.
Oh, but I'm sure Spencer will be happy to step in, and the children won't have any trouble adjusting. The two men are so alike. They're both killers.
It's the bullet that removed from Bo's neck. I thought you might like to have it. Just a little reminder of how fragile life is, how suddenly we can lose a loved one, sometimes with no warning at all. Just remember, Paige, life can be taken away just as easily as it's given.
Is that some sort of threat?
Happiness. We could lose it in an instant. Could be today, could be tomorrow. It could be on the most important day of your life, as you're walking down the aisle, for instance. Just ask David about that one.
You heartless bastard.
Dad's asking for you.
He's awake? Do you have any idea how happy I am to see you?
Show me. Hey, is John still trapped in Statesville?
No. The siege is over. Everyone got out fine, Natalie too.
Natalie?
It's a long story. The important thing is everyone is safe.
I can't wait to tell Rex that you're okay.
Rex?
Oh, he was pretty shaken up. He insisted on riding in the medevac with you, and then he stuck around here till he was sure you were all right.
I could tell Mom, too.
Yeah, why don't you go? I'll stay with your dad.
Yeah, take your time, bud, okay? Because I'm not going anywhere. All right, Doc, get it to me straight. Am I okay?
Yes, but it's nothing short of a miracle. You flatlined in the OR. Spencer brought you back.
Spencer?
Yeah. I'm afraid you owe your life to my ex-husband.
Well, beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah. It was the only option we had. The bullet was very close to the spinal column, and Spencer is the best surgeon we have.
Well, does that mean that now I have to like him? Hey. You're shaking. What's wrong?
Nothing. It's just relief. I was afraid I'd never get to do that again.
Do it again.
Hey, how you doing?
Well, you know what? You're gonna have to deal with John sooner or later. Sooner than later.
I don't.
Yeah, you do. You love my brother. You still love Christian, from what I saw at the prison. And you can't have it both ways, Natalie. You're gonna have to make a choice.
Well, if I have to make that decision right now, I would wash my hands of both of them.
Call me in the morning. Let me know how your head's doing.
Yeah. Thanks, Doc. Patch me up yet again.
Happy to do it.
See ya.
See ya. Hey.
Hey.
What are you doing here?
Oh, I just wanted to see how Bo and John were doing. So, how's Natalie?
You heard about Christian?
Yes, I did. I mean, it's great, but it's weird.
Yeah.
And if Natalie is just,
She's got one hell of a case of denial.
Yeah, well, she's not the only one.
What's that?
Never mind.
Hey, I get off work here soon, and I was wondering if maybe you want to go have a drink?
I don't know, Michael.
Come on, one drink to celebrate the fact that everybody made it home. Safe.
All right, fine. One drink to celebrate.
Great. And we could drink to the fact that Hughes is dead.
What did you say?
Hayes. We can drink to the fact that Hayes is dead. Freudian slip.
Uh-huh.
You know, if I were you, RJ, I'd worry less about Jessica and a little more about the federal charges hanging over your head. Because you can't help raise Jamie from Statesville.
Now, wait a minute. Are you offering to help solve my legal problems?
I still have friends on the force. Maybe I can get you a deal. You name your partners, and maybe you walk with a fine and a suspended sentence.
My silence wouldn't be that cheap.
I'm only asking you to keep quiet about Jessica.
Everything okay in here?
Yeah. Well, Vicky's asleep, so why don't you keep it down? I'm going out for some air, and when I get back, I want you gone. So do we got a deal?
2 conditions. First, I get visitation starting immediately, and the second is I need a sworn statement from you that you won't leave Jamie with Jessica. Ever.
No, don't touch me. Listen, I'm sorry that you got dragged into this mess, but this baby is mine and Antonio's. I have to believe that. It's the only thing keeping me sane.
What about all the time that I spent with Tess? Don't you think that it's more likely that the baby is mine?
If it were up to Tess, there wouldn't be a baby. She tried to get rid of it.
She's scared. I'm scared. This is a huge deal. But I'm sure that as soon as she holds my baby in her arms, she's gonna love it with all of her heart. It might be what she needs to make her whole.
That happens all night. It's what you want, isn't it? If you had to choose, you'd end my life so you could be with Tess.
One Life Today will continue in a moment here on ABC.
Hey, heard you took a bullet for me and Chris.
I always wanted a scar that told a good story.
Well, you know what they say, boss. Girls love scars.
What'd I miss?
You heard about Natalie, right?
Yeah. I told her to stay away from Statesville.
Yeah, well, I think she wishes she would have listened to you. She's pretty messed up.
I know what you're thinking.
Yeah, what's that?
You always hurt the ones you care about the most. But I don't see it that way.
The evidence doesn't lie, Bo. You and I both know that. Hey, I'll let you get some rest.
Oh, actually, we're going to take you for a CT scan, just to make sure everything's all right.
That sounds like fun. You'll have my report in the morning, boss.
No, you take your time. You get some rest, too.
You too. Take good care of him.
Oh, yeah.
No comment. Damn it, Todd, why did you do this to me? Who is it?
Early Christmas caroler? Just thought I'd bring you some tidings of good joy. What has happened? I promise I won't sing. What's the matter, Blair?
It's Todd. The more time that goes by, the more evidence is stacked up against him.
You're not starting to doubt his innocence, are you?
I am doubting everything right now. I mean, how could he kill an innocent baby?
Well, you just have to follow your heart on it, Blair. I'm sure there's a logical explanation for this.
You really believe that? Or are you just playing me? Because if you're that cold, you can go straight to hell.
You know, I still can't believe that Hayes is dead. I mean, in my head, I know. But somehow it just doesn't feel like he'll ever be gone.
Give it some time, you know?
Yeah. And Natalie? Can you imagine suddenly finding out that someone you loved came back from the dead? I mean, if I was with someone else and Al came back, how do you make that decision? How do you choose?
I don't know. You know, she still loves Christian. But she definitely loves my brother John, definitely.
I feel terrible for her and for everything that she's going through. But she does have two amazing men in love with her.
It is a quality problem, right? I mean, if you're gonna have a problem.
Clint! Hello. I'm meeting somebody here, but they seem to be late. Won't you join me for a nightcap?
Well, Dory and I just had to get out and get some air and think, so I'm just gonna have coffee.
Oh, please do join me. Of course, you must be thinking about Bo.
We nearly lost him.
You look exhausted. I'm sure that in addition, Nikki Smith must be putting you through your paces.
In case you give a damn, she's on ice at Landfair, and there's not a sign of Vicky.
I hope you have a plan for bringing Vicky back.
Well, what do you think? He says that Dr. Jameis is not available till tomorrow morning, so right now all we can do is wait.
You know, both of my sisters have spent a considerable part of their lives in mental hospitals.
You know, I figured that you would just be a little more sensitive considering your part in all this, but I guess that's a little much to ask of Dorian Lord.
There won't be any sworn statement. Jamie's gonna settle down with Jessica and me and our new baby.
Oh. Well, then no deal. But thank you for the extra little tidbit. You know, Nash hadn't mentioned that Jessica was pregnant. Is she sure she's the mother? Well, you know, I can understand why you have no time to raise your own child. I mean, with all these new problems, you're a very busy man.
You know, I'm pretty sure that if you actually met her, you'd like her.
So what? It's not gonna happen.
Come on, there's gotta be some way for us to make both of you well.
I don't want her well, Nash. I want my life back. And right now I am fighting like hell to make that happen, and the baby is the only thing that's keeping me going.
You know, maybe Tess hasn't been around as long as you, but she is just as real. This baby is just as real to her. She's human. All right, she has hopes. She has wishes. She has dreams, just like you. The only difference is she's more lonely and more scared because I'm all she's got. I'm the only person who cares that she's even alive.
So doesn't that tell you something?
She is just as human as you.
Don't you get it? I created her. And right now I'm trying to find out why. My mom has risked her life to find out the truth. Oh my God. I can't breathe.
Where's the patient who is in here? He's gone, sir. What do you mean, he's gone? Are you saying he was...
I'm sorry. Very sorry.
What's wrong?
Matthew, your dad was a great man, and he loved you very much. You know, he was one of the few good guys who always put everybody else ahead of him.
Also. What's this I hear about you hitching a ride on my chopper?
Oh, you're alive.
See? That prayer we said. It worked.
You prayed for me?
Yeah, actually, I was praying that, you know, I get the money the LPD still owes me on the Cochran case.
Okay, well, you know, in the future, if our situations are ever reversed, I'll pray for you too. It's what friends do.
Well, this certainly has been an illuminating discussion, but I think I have everything I need. But you know, maybe I should run Jessica's whole story through the media. I know I'll have to drive a little distance to find a paper that's not owned by the family, but I think it's worth the trip.
One visitation with Jamie every other week.
Oh.
And I'll help you with the charges. Final offer.
Well, fine. One a week and got a deal. But only because I need to see my granddaughter.
Okay, you feeling better?
Felt like my chest was closing in.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't be here. You need your rest. I'm gonna,
No. Thank you for helping me. You could have used that as an opportunity to get Tess out.
I'm not gonna take advantage of you, Jessica. I wish you would believe that.
You're a really nice person, Nash. I'm sorry that we didn't meet under different circumstances.
Is it the baby again?
It might be, too soon to feel anything, but if you want to try.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Listen, I can understand you being upset, but I swear, Blair, I'm not trying to play you.
You admitted that you were interested in me.
I never denied that. I never did, but it's not like I'm harboring any deep, dark secrets or anything. Here's something you have to be worried about. It's not my style.
I'm sorry. You know, you're the only one outside of my family who was actually supportive.
And that makes you suspicious of me?
Yeah, a little.
Well, I suppose it's only natural after all the lies you've been told. If I have to pay for Todd's mistakes, then so be it, but I am your friend, and I am not going to turn my back on you.
Well, David and Dorian think you have an agenda.
You're an independent woman. You can make up your own mind.
I don't even know my own mind these days.
Then trust me.
Hey, I'm starving. What do you say we hit the cafeteria?
Sure. I'll be back, Dad.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Balsam.
Yeah. Later.
Okay.
Fun.
Well, actually, I'm tired.
I'm kind of surprised you're awake at all. You've been through a terrible trauma.
I'm starting to feel it, too. Why does my chest hurt so much?
CPR.
It's really that close.
We're very lucky, Bo. We almost lost you.
No, I'm starting to believe it. All I want from now on is just to be happy. With you and with Matthew. And I don't want to let anything get in the way of that.
I'll trust you. But you better watch your back because you're on probation.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I just think you're going to need a friend. A friend to help you get through Todd's trial, that's all. What if he's convicted, Blair?
You think that's going to happen?
You never know how a jury's going to go. You really don't. The important thing is that you continue to believe in him.
Well, I have to. Because if I didn't, my world would fall apart.
So, it's a deal.
I hope this shows you how much I care about Jamie and that I'll do anything to get her back. I mean, I'm only agreeing to bide my time because I think this whole thing is gonna blow up in your face. I mean, I don't understand how you can stand here all calm now. I mean, you gotta know that Nash is upstairs with Jessica. Maybe not. But I will be calling about my first visit with Jamie.
I can't actually feel anything.
Oh. Maybe it's too tiny to feel from the outside. I know how much you must miss Tess.
Worst part is I might never see her again. But when I'm sleeping, I dream that she's calling for me, but when I wake up, she's not there. And I see you. You've got her hair, her eyes, her lips.
Stay tuned for scenes from the next One Life to Live.
The next One Life to Live.
What secrets are you keeping about my daughter?
I'm not going anywhere.
Got nothing to stick around for.
I think I do.
Carlotta and Antonio haven't heard yet. They have to be told soon.
Got a visitor.
Hello, Todd.